what is up, everybody? My name is Jeff. This is my show, Will Drum for Food, where I talk about whatever it is I feel like talking about. It's just me, my webcam, and a lot of coffee. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing great. So I've had, a super busy past couple days. Monday, I went to a Packer game up at Lambeau Field. If you're not a Packer fan, even if you're not a Packer fan, you really should make a trip there if you like football. And then Tuesday night, last night, I went and saw what I consider to be the greatest rock band out there right now, and that would be the Foo Fighters. What a great show, man. 3.5 hours straight. 3.5 hours. I mean, who does that anymore? I mean, they're getting Springsteen-esque in the epicness of their shows. But unfortunately, I didn't take a lot of video. In the past, I've gone to these shows, and I've just been that idiot there with my phone trying to document everything. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna actually enjoy the concert. So I didn't even get any whole songs. I did get Taylor Hawkins' drum solo, though. I did get all that. He's rocking an interesting kit this year. I mean, he's speaking of, a band Foo Fighters are very old school, and he is now looks to be using a 20-inch kick drum. And he's got some concert toms, which he has had those for the past couple tours. But, I mean, you don't see a lot of guys using those. In my opinion, there's a reason. Keep your bottom heads on, people. But they do serve their purpose. So, in another exciting news, I am participating in my first drum battle. I've never done one before. I get a little weird about this because I hate doing the competition thing. But, I thought it'd be a good way to help promote my channel. I'm hosting it on Drumman 190's channel, and the gentleman I am playing his name is Earl Bennett. He is a great drummer. And Drumman 190, he does a lot of drum covers. He's very supportive to everybody out there who's in this game, and I'm gonna put links to both of their channels in the description box, so please go check them out. So the song we're doing in the battle is the song Rosanna by Toto, and I know there are 6 bazillion drum covers of Toto out there, and the reason for that is simple, is because it's in my opinion, it is definitely top 3 of the greatest drum grooves ever, and I have been obsessed with that groove since probably when I was in my mid-20s. I think as drummers, we go through a natural progression where we're first starting out, we want to try to play everything fast. Or, how crazy can a linear fill, be that we're pulling out. So we want to do everything cool, and we start to, we ignore what our job is actually. And that is to, hold down a groove, provide a strong backbeat. So what we need to be as drummers is and this is the best piece of advice I ever give anybody, is, be great at being simple, because if you're great at being simple, you will be a good drummer. There's no two ways about this. I mean, if you do 2 and 4 as good or better than anybody else in your town, guess what? You're going to work as much or more than anybody else in your town. Back in the the early days of rock and roll, in the late 50s, early 60s, 70s, 80s, even through the 90s. The guys like Earl Palmer, Hal Blaine, Jeff Porcaro, Jim Keltner, Jim Gordon, these guys dominated the studio scene in those days. And the reason they dominated the studio scene is not because they could play crazy fills or play crazy complicated patterns, which they could do all that. You have to be able to do all that. But the reason they dominated the scene in those days is because, number one, they could come in and do the job, all right? And they would come in and they would play a simple groove, all right? You think playing a simple groove is easy? Do it in a studio when that little red button's going. It becomes exceptional, a lot more difficult at that point. Back when I was coming up, we called it red light fright. And what red light fright is you take something you've done 6 bazillion times, all right, and that little red light comes on, and all of a sudden you choke. I mean, it happens to the best of us. So how do you avoid that? you make it second nature. You know, it's like a fighter pilot. All right, the training kicks in, and all the other stress goes right out the window. You're just focused on the task at hand. So what's the training? It's simple. All right, it's simple. Get your metronome. All right, and just concentrate on just laying in. Play 2 and 4. Try to bury that click. Bury it. Learn how to play before it. Learn how to push the beat. Learn how to play behind it. Learn to play the drums as a whole instrument, okay? Don't think of the hi-hat as one instrument and the snare drum as another instrument and the kick drum is a separate instrument. It's all one, all right? You have to learn how to control your dynamics on every one of those. And it sounds easy. Trust me, it's not. All right, that is it for me. Everybody work on being great at being simple. Check out the Rosanna cover, the battle rather. Check out Drumman 190's channel. Check out Earl Bennett's channel. I mean, they both have great channels. They're doing a lot of cool stuff in the YouTube community for drummers. And I will catch you guys next time. Oh, and you know what? If you like the video, hit subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these. I'll talk to you guys later.